If you live in the 21st century, then you absolutely know what K-pop is and you know what K-pop idols are. And today I came across a video that was so inherently disgusting and sad to watch because this woman went to Korea and then was upset that men all around her didn't look like K-pop stars. And I feel like it was so gross, it was so racist, and it's just inherently so insulting because not only does she say we've been catfished, but she puts Korean men in her video that are not bad looking guys. And to top it all off, she herself is not. You know what? I'm just going to share the video with you guys because you're going to feel what I felt when I watched it.
We've been catfished.
And what's so upsetting is like these dudes are just enjoying their lives, minding their business, going about their day in their own country, and she's sucking them into her own narcissistic influencer bubble where the world doesn't meet her expectations, so she decides to just openly insult them for however many followers she has, thinking that this is inherently funny or that her disappointment is actually meaningful enough to record and like make a big deal out of. And I'm not even trying to be mean, but it's not like, so I run around in every corner of the internet, and if we were to put like her face into one of those true rate me subreddits, like she would get a 4 at best. And I'm not being mean, I'm just saying like in the terms of conventionally being attractive, like she would not be rated very highly. And here she is talking about these well-groomed men minding their business, and some of them are even nice enough to like smile at her. Some of them aren't even like bad looking. Like these are pretty decent looking guys. They're well dressed, they're polite, they're minding their business. And see, some of them are even like nice enough to like smile at her and look at her like she's just being so gross towards these men. However, I just want to say like she needs to have a reality check. This video, for me, in my opinion, let's just go into the comments and like see how many people were just over her bullshit. Imagine going to the US and being shocked that all the men don't look like Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Oh my god. Not everybody looks like Jason Momoa. Not everybody looks like, what is another conventionally hot guy? Henry Cavill. Also, K-pop stars don't look like K-pop stars without makeup. Honestly, it's like being surprised that women look different without makeup and that not all people look like stars, which are normally about the average in one way or another. She's gonna have a heart attack to realize that it's all Photoshop, filters, and makeup that do the magic to their handsome faces. Also, surgery and cosmetic procedures. She went there with this false expectation, and not only did she come with that false expectation, but once her expectations weren't met, she literally decided to insult these people behind their backs without their knowledge by secretly recording them to insult them. Like, how much of a bully do you have to be at your grown age to do something like that? Like, that is absolutely disgusting. But actually, a lot of people were getting on here a lot of smoke for someone who looks like Chris Rock's racist teacher. Girl is built like a Pez dispenser. All these guys look very well put together, nice friendly smiles, and some are quite handsome. Exactly. If you can't tell that this is Photoshop, then I can't help you. Pinhead. Who you calling Pinhead? Is she and I looking at the same people? These guys look just fine. Some are even pretty handsome. Ridiculous for her to judge when she's no supermodel herself. Imagine having a rectangle for a head and thinking there's something wrong with these guys. This is pretty mean-spirited. Imagine being one of the men filmed. I hate this shit. Can't wait until it's fucking illegal to film people and post them without consent. I agree 100%. None of these dudes deserved it. Some of them even smiled at her, interacted with her. They were minding their business, going about their lives, and now they're on someone's social media being slandered and insulted. And I bet you the comments on this original video are filled with a lot of women, individuals like her, being just as mean-spirited, nasty, and ugly about how these men look and how their expectations were not met because they're fucking racist and closed-minded and disgusting and not well-traveled at all. However, this was not the only disgusting thing on my timeline this morning. I was absolutely shocked and abhorred because I'm a total piece of shit. Jail is not enough. The video
Ahí, déjame. Ahí.
I don't know if you noticed, but in the beginning, these dudes are literally doing nitrous. Out of balloons, they're doing nitrous and they're driving at high speeds in traffic. I couldn't really see the odometer because the person that's recording is actually in the passenger seat, but they're both high. They're zooming through traffic, hitting other cars, bouncing around off of other cars like a fucking game of pinball, and they run through the light, and instead of having the mental capacity to even stop, they slam at full speed into the back of an SUV. And if I'm being really honest with you, nitrous is one of those drugs. Any inhalant is a drug that literally gets you high because it is killing your brain cells. Your brain literally thinks that you're dying, and so it releases all those death endorphins to make you feel good. So every time you huff something, it's literally your brain cells being fucking roasty toasted into oblivion and saying goodbye to their family and friends because it's the end of the world for them. And so imagine literally melting your fucking brain and then driving at high speeds in traffic like an asshole piece of dog shit because you want to get high and nothing else matters in the world but you. And crashing into someone else's car because you literally don't have the motor control or the neuronal capacity to understand what you are even doing behind the wheel of a car. Laughing while you literally put so many other people's lives at risk. Personally, I'm just happy that this was not worse off. This could have ended up so much more worse, and I'm so happy that it didn't because the original poster of this is absolutely right. Jail is not enough. I love how they're stupid enough not only to do this, but to also show their face. What's next? Showing the police their full ID, where they live? LMAO. Even better, they call the police, tell them who they are and exactly what time and location they'll be committing a crime. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Absolute scum of the earth. No recreational drug is good for driving, but nitrous is up there as one of the worst. The dirty little rat made zero attempts to even react because he couldn't even see in front of him. People like this need their kneecaps shattering into thousands of tiny pieces. At least the cunts decided to film themselves driving around on drugs, then switch the camera just in time for us to see him rear-end a car from a kilometer away, then post it for both insurance and authorities to see. See, this is a sensible response, and I 100% supported. Nitrous? Nitrous oxide, aka whippets, laughing gas. Jail time for the driver, major jail time for the cameraman and his shoddy camera work. I think he did pretty good for mentally being on another plane of existence. No, he didn't. His brain was melted, and him not even stepping up and saying hey, yo. Well, I mean, if your brain's melted, of course you don't have the capacity to say, hey, yo, this is actually fucking stupid because now you don't have a brain. I don't know if you guys know, but when you take nitrous, every time someone has ever taken nitrous, they literally pass out because how deeply it melts your brain and shuts it off immediately. Your brain goes into holy shit, I am dying mode, and everything shuts off. So the fact that they even thought to operate a vehicle when they have probably no visual sight, no sense of depth perception, no sense of feeling their body is insane to me. And it's so reckless. It's so disgusting. And here are some people that actually used to take nitrous oxide. As a previous nitrous oxide abuser, doing nitrous while driving is an incredibly stupid and reckless thing to do. Yeah, nitrous belongs nowhere near a machine of any kind. Not that recreational drugs do, but more so. Neither of them made a noise after the stupid shit because they weren't even in the car anymore. Nitrous may as well make you unconscious. You'd be just as useful. That's what I'm trying to say. As a currently avid nitrous oxide abuser, I agree. Be careful. I don't know if you're aware, but nitrous depletes your body's store of vitamin B12 and you can possibly get nerve damage. I have experienced this myself and had a few weeks not being able to walk or stand, followed by a slow but gradual recovery of my legs. I was quite aware of this before and during my nitrous binge, but I did not really care and was kind of hoping to take enough of a toll on my body to help me die sooner. Damn, dude, I'm glad that you're feeling better because that's really sad. I think I'm gonna send him a message. Am I a bad person for hoping they're dead? And I wonder, what do you guys think? What do you hope happens to these guys for taking nitrous oxide while operating a vehicle at those speeds and literally having no care or concern for the lives of other people around them? It's one thing to do drugs, But why would you do drugs and then involve the lives of others in your reckless escapades afterwards, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you think is the bigger asshole in today's video? Me personally, I'm gonna say that it's the dudes doing drugs and literally putting millions of people's lives at risk. But the first one also was a pretty dick move. She's no better, honestly, because she's literally putting people's self-esteem, people's images online to like bolster her idea of what is good looking, when she should have just like enjoyed her trip to Korea, enjoyed the culture, enjoyed the people, had a good time. But no, she decided to be a bully. Like, come on. We're too grown for this. Like, she's too grown for that.